Welcome back, everyone. Today we are talking about rapid router deployment. Now, a lot of older players and players who have even been around for the last couple of months are going to know exactly what this is. Newer players might not know, so I decided to make a video on utilizing the router. Now, what the router is something in construction that you can create and bring to a point that is in a non-deploy zone and set it down, and squad mates and everyone in your faction can spawn on it. So other logistics such as sunders and things of that sort are not able to deploy in the red zone that is surrounding a base. A router completely negates any of that, and you can put it anywhere in that red space, which makes it so important and to utilize routers on points of bases or certain spots on the base or around it. The only thing that you need to get started is a silo, a spawn tube, and the actual routing spire. Now, all of this is going to cost you about 3,000 cordium. So really what you're going to do is anytime that you're told, okay, we're going to be moving up to this base, we're going to need sunders, tanks, etc., you are going to pull an ant. You're going to grab some cordium. You need at least 3,000 to put everything down. So anything above that is going to be reserves to keep the router up. Once you find cordium and everyone is set on the new base, you go ahead and find a spot just outside of the deployment zone so you can actually deploy the ant to start the construction for the silo. So like I said, the only things you're going to need is the silo, the spawn tube, and the routing spire. Now once you have the routing spire up, you can actually purchase the actual spawn, and it's going to be slotted into your inventory. Now from here, you can, it depends on what you are running, but it's going to be 6 or 7 or 8. And when you have it in your hands, you can see how far, if you zoom out, how far this router spawn is going to be able to work in. Now, as you can see with this base, it can reach all the way across the other side, even though I made this routing spire on the opposite side. So there is a huge coverage that this thing can do. It used to be anywhere on the map. You can make this thing at the warp gate, and you can put it anywhere on the map. Things have changed, and you need to be within a close proximity where you're wanting to set it, but this is still a pretty big area currently that you can put it down in. And one thing to note is if the silo runs out, the router will be destroyed. So when you're getting cordium, you need to think there's a lot of things that come into play, especially if you're an ant. You're going to be getting hit by sunders and tanks. You're going to be getting chased by ESFs. Heavies are going to try to target you. You could build the router base perfectly and set it down in a fantastic spot for your friendlies to spawn on, and a tank can come up and completely destroy your routing spire, the base that you've set up outside. So there are a lot of things that can affect this, but if you do get one built and it is working, it is phenomenal. So with a quick example here, we're going to pull up and deploy right outside. This is a pretty big base here to cover all these points, but as you can see here in a second, the router spawn can fit this entire area within it, so you can place this spawn wherever you want to in this space. So we got the silo, the spawn tube up, and the routing spire. Now once you unlock it, now the tricky thing is, of course, amongst all those other things that I have mentioned, you now have the spire, you now have the spawn. You have to get it safely to where you want it. So if you die, you're going to have to go back to the spawn tube, pull up another one, and start running back to where you want to put this thing. Now once you have it set down kind of outside of a point, or you could even put it on a point directly, you will start getting spawns directly on that router for people trying to get back onto point. So instead of spawning on a sunder that's kind of far away, or it might be getting pinned down, people can spawn directly on point. So why is this called rapid router deployment? Because you're not actually building a base. All you're doing is you're getting this router spire up, and you're getting this spawn point as fast as possible onto the point, onto the base, where friendlies can spawn on it. So that's it for this one. I thought I'd make just a real quick short video on getting this router spire up and getting it on point. Hope this helped anybody that was might have been curious about using routers or what they were for. So if you guys enjoyed this video, like and subscribe as always, and I will catch you in the next one.